I'm getting ready to go for another Halloween party. It's a post Halloween party. It's actually my third get together in the last 8 days. I had a Friday get together about 8 days ago. Oh, exactly 8 days ago with Isabel. We had some wine, some turkey, and then we ended up going to the bar because we wanted tater tots. Ended up closing out the bar. It was a pretty good time. Met some new people. Anxiety wasn't too high, but that's mostly because of the alcohol. Isabel talked to a lot of people and made me talk to some people, which was fine. It was great. I had some people on Facebook. And then on Wednesday, I went to the actual Halloween party. I went to had about 10 people. Anxiety wasn't too high then. I knew most of the people, and it was pretty low key, easygoing people. Tonight, it's going to be a much bigger party, and the anxiety is kind of high. I almost didn't want to go. It's an actual dress up party, and I don't actually have anything to wear except my LARP gear. I didn't plan on going really. I wasn't going to drive. Then my friend Ryan said he'd give me a ride, and Isabel's going to give me a ride home. So I can drink without having to worry about drinking and driving, because you shouldn't do that. Don't do that. I have a lot of alcoholics in my family, and so I've been very aware of the pitfalls of drinking too much. I've always had rules such as don't drink alone, don't drink when you're in a bad mood. They serve me pretty well. When I was younger, I used to drink a lot. And then there's a couple years where I didn't really drink at all. Last year or two, I've been drinking a lot. This week, it's going to be drinking more than I probably should. 3 times in 1 week is a bit much. I'm very cautious to make sure that it's not a crutch because the anxiety goes away, the depression lessens. Social lubricant is almost sad to say it's almost a requirement to do large gatherings. I can do large gatherings without alcohol, but I'm even more shy, even more in the corner type, not talking. So alcohol helps, and I just have to make sure that it doesn't become a crutch, doesn't become a liability, because once it gets to that point and you're using it to escape reality, it becomes a serious issue. But my anxiety is spiking. I hate being late to a party, and I was already going to be an hour late, which is fine. The party's going to go all night, but the later it gets, the more my anxiety goes up, and the more worried I get. And he's not very communicative, but he's my ride, and he's willing to come out of his way to get me, so I'm not going to complain about that. I just wish that I was on my way already. So finally made it to the party. We got here about 3 hours later than expected. My anxiety was pretty high. I was oh my god, the light's going out. My anxiety was pretty high. I ended up pacing for about 20-30 minutes, but eventually he got there. Hour drive. Half the party's gone, so it's more low key than I expected, which is nice. Should be some fun to be had. So I'm home early. The party ended up being a little bit too chill. I took a ride home with Isabel and Charlie, um, rather than spend the night because it seemed like it was pretty much over at the time, and I could come home and I could sleep in my own bed rather than sleeping at someone else's house. It's a I would call it a phobia of mine, but I really don't like spending the night at other people's houses. I think a lot of people have that, but it's just not something I like doing. So my anxiety was pretty minimal. There was almost no one there. By the time we got there, half the party had already left. So it was kind of ridiculous. So I had no problems whatsoever. The people that were there that I talked to, I already knew. It was I over exaggerated the situation to myself, which made me worry about the whole situation going into it. But that's the problem with anxiety. You don't get to choose when it happens. It just escalates, and you can try to manage it, you can fight it, you can go against it, which I did. I went to the party, obviously, uh, and I did all right. But then I came home. I'm thinking about maybe going to a bar. I didn't really drink very much. I took some weed tablets, which is legal in Oregon. I'm in Oregon, so don't think less of me. They kicked in, but it's very mild. It's not really a buzz. It's just a relaxed feeling. So the anxiety is a little bit lessened. So I think I will go to the bar and see how that plays out. So I actually ended up going to two bars last night. I went to the first one, they closed early, and so I went to the second one. Thanks to daylight savings time, ended up spending an extra hour at the bar. It was enjoyable at the time, and got drunk, talked to some people, went home. Woke up feeling really tired. I didn't have a hangover or anything, but just the energy that required to be social was just very draining, especially when you have depression. And so I will probably be spending the next couple days just kicking back, relaxing, probably sleeping a little bit too much to recoup from the night's activities. My anxiety was pretty high going when I actually got there, but the alcohol helped, which I probably should cut back on my alcohol intake. It's been 3 days and 8 days, or it's been 3 days of drinking over 8 days, which is too much. So I'm going to be chilling on that for a while. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video.